I'm Helen, I'm the Diddy Stitcher, my pronouns are she, her. It is Friday the 3rd of May and I'm home from Canada. I'm home from Stitch North, home from my adventures. I'm very tired, so excuse me if I yawn or lose my words, but I have to do this now, otherwise I'll never get done. So, Stitch North recap. One word, amazing. More words, speechless. It was just fantastic. I'm so glad I did it. You know, amazing people, amazing time, amazing stitching, amazing shopping, and then a really good time with Meghan and Meghan afterwards, going around and doing some touristy things. Yeah, I think I slept a couple of hours on the plane on the red eye, and then I slept like 12 hours last night and I woke up at 10 a.m. my time, which was like 5 a.m. Canada time. I don't think I really got over the jet lag in just a week. I was still a bit, but yeah, had a good sleep. Gonna try and stay awake the rest of the day and go to bed like a normal time tonight, but I have tea. Let's get into it. So I'm gonna show my stitching that I did at Stitch North, and then we'll get into the haul, because I have quite a lot. Lot of kindness and a lot of shopping, and a lot of plans. I had a shopping list and I've got most of the stuff on my shopping list. So yeah, very happy with that. So stitching, I took a couple of projects. I wasn't really only going to stitch on 2, and I did stitch on those 2 quite a lot. I think it was good choices that I made. So first one that I took was Gingerbread House, and this was kind of just a last minute decision to have something to stitch in hand, and it was so good. I'm really glad that I took this one because I could stitch it on the plane, and like in the lobby on a night when we just like were being cozy. It was really good. So this is what I've got done. I don't know if I've shown this on my Flosstube before, or I took a picture that I showed on my Flosstube. I'll try and put a picture in of where it was at when I took it to Stitch North, and you'll see how far I got. So basically like all of this side maybe, and then this whole thing here. I haven't done the white stitches because it took, the lighting wasn't right for white on white and stitching in hand, but got lots of fill in for the ginger of the gingerbread. I was stitching this on the plane on the way over, so I flew from Newcastle to Dublin, then Dublin to Toronto. So the Dublin to Toronto was like 6.5 hours, and I didn't sleep. But I was wanting to do some stitching while I watched Oppenheimer and Barbie. Oppenheimer was really good, really like that one. But I was stitching this like quite early on in the flight, I think. I was just happily stitching away, and the lady in front of me very abruptly pushed her seat back into the recline so much that everything on my table went flying, the needle in my hand went flying, lost my needle on the plane. Wasn't too happy about that. Then whoever she was flying with did it to the guy sat beside me. His water went flying. So yeah, the stitching abruptly ended on the flight. I did get out my other one on that flight, but because it's in an 8x8 Q snap, it's a little bit more difficult. But yeah, really pleased with the amount that I got done on that. I did have a little trouble with counting. Had to frog it a few times, but we got there in the end. So yeah, really happy with this. So this is, let me tell you about it. This is Gingerbread House from the Nutmeg Company, and they do lots of like 3D. I've probably put a cover photo in here somewhere, but they do a lot of these like kind of 3D ornaments. And this is a pack that I got from the Knitting and Stitching show a couple of years ago. So you stitch it all in one line and then you fold it around some plastic canvas, and then later on down here you're gonna stitch the whole roof, and then that folds down on top of it, and I think there's a little porch as well. So yeah, I'll go back and stitch. I think there's still some back stitch to do, like back here, what I've already stitched. So maybe I decided to save the back stitch till last. But I think some of this white here and the white lines, all the white lines, and then there's some gold bits in these little flowery things, candy things, I don't know what they are. I didn't even take the gold thread with me. I literally just took this and my thread holder thing and the chart. I am counting the threads in here. So let me try and find out how much I did. No, I don't know where it's gone, but I did a lot of stitches. Like over 1,000, I think, and I haven't counted what I did while I was with Meghan, like in Niagara, which I think was quite a bit. So yeah, really happy with that. I've actually got some really good stitching while I was there. So I did actually do some stitching on a stitching retreat. Excuse me if I'm putting loads of cuts in here because there's a lot of stuff that I have to organize. Okay, so the other one that I took this for like twofold reason. This is Miss Sarah Sue Silk from the Primitive Hair. It's the set of 4, cotton, wool, linen, silk. This is the last one that I have to do, and I just did all of that fill-in. I'm not counting the stitches on this because it's a paper pattern, but I think that's like 1,200 stitches in there, maybe more. Probably more. Maybe I didn't count the last section that I did. I put it in just to see how many stitches I would do at Stitch North, but anyway, this is a complete conversion. It's on 32 count linen. I tea dyed myself and then sprinkled with instant coffee to get that motley effect. So yeah, got all of that fill-in done, which was really nice just to sit and stitch and not have to think about counting. And it was like 32, so it's like a good size. Yeah, so I had to borrow the needle from something else, though somebody did give me some needles to try. So anyway, yeah, tried to do this on the plane a little bit, got a little bit, but it wasn't great, and I can see my tensions really tight from when I was doing it on the plane. I think it should be okay. when I finish it. But yeah, I got most of that done in the stitching room. Had that on my Lowry stand most of the time. And then I took this and her sister's that I finished to find a thread that will go with all of them for the words over the top of them. And I did find something, but I will show that in haul. So yeah, that was my 2 stitching, and then I stitched on 3 Stitch It For Me's. So Michelle Bendy had La-di-da's Serbian proverb, and I really wanted to stitch on that because I think it's been around a while, but obviously I didn't meet Michelle in person until Stitch North, and it was lovely to meet everyone in person. It's like, oh, you have legs from like seeing everybody on camera. But yeah, I wanted to stitch on that because I love that chart and I've bought that chart. So what she does, if you don't know, she has like a project bag full of floss with the project and the pattern. You take a floss that you like, you put a length in the pattern, and you keep the rest of the floss for yourself. So on Serbian proverb, I chose this Gloriana. I'm not sure what this purple is. This came to me somewhere as well. I'm not sure what that is, but it ended up on there. But yeah, this is a Gloriana 12 strand silk in Caribbean Sea. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And I'll put a picture in of the little bit that I did. I don't think I took a picture. I'll steal it from someone else and I'll circle kind of where I did. So yeah, that was that one. And then that one got finished at Stitch North. So another one was started. It was called, I wrote it down. It's from Threads of Gold is the designer. And it's called, I'll put a picture in again. Something Pocket. I think she's got these really fabulous funky flowers on. And I chose this Brennan needle, again in the blue kind of colorway. I have an aesthetic, and I just did a big line, because we were sat in the lobby, and I just wanted to stitch in a line. I like stitching in lines, so I just took one whole length, did the line as long as I could. It needs stitching eventually. I hope it doesn't throw off the aesthetic. But yeah, that was fun just to be part of a Stitch It For Me. I really like the concept. I don't go to a lot of retreats, so I don't think I'll start one myself, but happy to stitch on one. And then Beck, who was sat at our table, or the table that I was sat on, because everybody moved around kind of all weekend, they asked if I would stitch on their Stitch It For Me, which I thought was lovely, and that is a Night Spirit Studio pattern. I'm not sure the name of the pattern, but they had people stitch a link in this chain. So I stitched one of the links, and that was really lovely to be a part of as well. I didn't keep any floss because I think they were just stitching it in 310, so I just took a length of the 310 that was there and stitched my little bit. But yeah, that was lovely. Hello, Editing Helen here. I did forget another Stitch It For Me that I stitched on. The lovely Nati was doing Works by ABC's 324 and had people choose a length of floss that they were using for a project that they had excuse me, to stitch a motif and one of the little squares. So I stitched on that as well. I forgot when I was filming. I'll put in the picture here of the bit that I did. I chose a Cottage Garden Threads Labouton from my Singer Sampler, which I technically didn't stitch on at Stitch North, but I had it with me to get some flosses for it, but didn't want to miss that one out, so putting it in here now. So oh, I did start a thing as well. So if you've been here before, you'll know that I'm planning, now I've started, my EPP Quirky Quaker quilt. Tiny. I'm doing the Quirky Quakers like 1/1 in, so they fit into a 1-inch hexie. So I didn't really think about it when I started it, but quickly learned that to do 1/1 on like higher count 40, 46, 56, you need a special type of floss that is very, very difficult to get here in the UK. Luckily, my friend Nati is, one, an amazing friend and very generous person, and two, is an expert in tiny stitching. So she, I don't want to say gifted, because just, I suppose she gifted, but she showered me, deluged me with stitchy kindness and love. And I don't know how I will ever pay her back, but I need to find it, because this was so incredibly generous with the actual things that she gave me, but also just her time and expertise. She brought a lot of her, maybe all of her Tudor silk from Gloriana, which is an extremely fine silk, 12 ply, and you don't need a lot for doing tiny bits. So she let me raid her stash and take lengths of colours that I may need to stitch quick. Like, I don't know how many there are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 23 colours of Tudor silk, which will be more than enough colours and more than enough, you know, actual thread to do a lot of Quirky Quakers. So I tried to start it. This is what I started. One, the fabric is a little bit, well, it's not too light and too dark. It's just a bit of the same color as the thread. It looks better in person, and it looks better in this light than it did in the light in the stitching room. And once I have, this is the crab. Once I have like the orange in, I think it'll bring out the sand color, and also when I like fold it down into its hexie and it's surrounded by some quilting fabric, I think it'll be okay. But actually trying to stitch 1/1, and this is only 36 count, but to try and do it in like an uncomfortable chair and not the best lighting, but I did put some stitches in, and the thread is incredible. I'm very excited to do some more. Excited to stitch this. I think if I've got time today and I'm stitching, I might try and do this. I don't know whether I need a smaller, I have the smaller nerd hoop that I can maybe stitch in hand with, or an even smaller, like maybe 3-inch hoop if I have one. Because you've got to get so close to it to see it. But yeah, I think that was like 60 stitches or something that I did in tiny, I can't see the camera. I maybe should have started with the orange, but hey ho. So yeah, that was my stitching. I don't think I stitched anything else. But for the expectation of not stitching much at all, I think I stitched quite a fair bit, which is nice for a stitching retreat. Okay, I'm going to rearrange stuff and then we're going to talk about haul. Okay, first lot of haul is the goodie bag. This is the goodie bag that was at every seat in the stitching room. Having not been other years, this is all I know, but apparently in previous years you lined up outside the room and then you sign in and you get given your bag at the door. When we went downstairs, there was already a line like right to the back of the hotel, so to have to still wait in that line just to get a bag would have been not difficult, maybe difficult for some people with mobility issues, but it was nice to stand in a line. The light went really quick into the room. There was plenty of space. Our group kind of found 4 tables around each other and we all just picked a seat and sat down, and the bag was there, so we got straight into that, like meeting everyone, saying hi if we hadn't seen each other the night before, passing out gifts. You know, I had gifts for people, like orders of stuff from the UK. They had stuff for me, orders from America or whatever. And then we got into looking at the goodie bag. So let me show you. So first off, let me have a look. So we got a name badge holder with a lanyard, but also a pattern to stitch. Hi, my name is. I didn't stitch it while I was there, but I did appreciate this because I used it as my ort jar that was just around my neck, because I don't have like a little fabric ort catcher or everything. I like my orts. Perhaps I'll keep this in here and use it again if I go to another retreat. These are just my scissors that I had, and I just kept them on there because I kept putting them down and losing them. This was the raffle ticket for the door prizes. I still have my raffle ticket, so I did not win a door prize, but they were some really good prizes. Really exciting. And then I kept in here, I didn't get it right away. This is kind of in no particular order. Oh, there's a needle in here. I wonder where that needle came from. There we go. I kept it in here because I wanted to show it off. This is a words. It's You I Like. This was from Kaylee, the other tiny stitching queen. So this is on quilting fabric with kimono silk, I want to say. And just beautiful. So I kept it in my lanyard. Don't know what I'll do with it. Maybe I'll get, I think I've got tiny hoops. Maybe I'll see if it fits in a tiny hoop and put it up here somewhere. Because it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. So Kaylee was giving out little packs of those. I think she gave them with something else, but I can't remember. We'll have a look later. So yeah. Hi, my name is, and so this was from Evertote, who put on the retreat. So you got a piece of fabric. It's like a 28 count, maybe. Piece of linen and a skein of floss. This is Do the Wave. Very nice blue. And a massive needle minder. That is a chunky needle minder. That's got some weight to it. Yeah. So again, if I go back, I'm not sure I'll be able to make it next year, just like financially, because it's a lot to go that far. But if I'm kind of aiming for 26. That's my aim. My husband already says, like, you should just start saving now. And I'm like, yeah, but I have to, like, for next year. But registration opens on Monday, I think. And I don't think I can commit right now. I'll start saving maybe if there's... I don't want to get on the wait list either. I don't know. That's to be decided. But anyway, we got a pattern Celtic Bee by Textured Treasures, who were there as a vendor. Alex really likes this one, so I'll maybe do that. I think these are it's like a bit of cross stitch and a bit of backstitch black work, and then the wings are just like a satin stitch with Kryonic, maybe? Oh, Petite Treasure braid. Yeah. So very nice pattern to do there. I won I think it was the last year's freebie chart from Textured Treasures was a flamingo, and I won that from the two Meghans, and I haven't stitched that one yet, so that'll have to go on the plans as well. This was from Kmat Designs, who were there and who I pre-ordered some charts with, so you'll see them again. But I thought this was really, really nice. It was a nail file and a pair of tweezers. Like, really handy. And when people were opening this, I noticed a lot of people say like, oh, I broke a nail on the plane or whatever. So that was, you know, not stitching related, but very much appreciated. I like that a lot. This is a thread bed from Gamma's Treasures. So very nice maple leaf thread bed. And I've got lots of thread beds now. I went with none and I've come back home with several. Another pattern from Anne's Craft, who was also there as a a vendor, pretty flower. I'm not sure what flower. Trillium? Is that the name of the flower? Very cute little pattern. Canadian Stitchery, they do like wooden things that you can stitch on. So this is a luggage tag. So that'll be really, really fun to stitch on. I don't think you get any floss, but you get the tag and the strap, and then some, like, I think a chart to do your own chart on. Because I didn't have a luggage tag for my suitcase. So as I was leaving, I just kind of grabbed a little piece of ribbon and put the ribbon on. Just to like know what was mine. A little pen from Sheba Designs. Sheba Designs makes lots of project bags and Notion folders and lots and lots of pretty things. I did resist buying one, but I have come home with something from them. So a nice pen, always handy, and a little 2024 charm thing, which is very nice. Another chart from the Tiny Modernist, and this is from the Tea Time palette from Stitch the Rainbow. So I have these colours. I'm definitely going to stitch this. I think I might stitch it on the same purple fabric that I did the ink circles one in, because those colours came out really nice. So yeah, excited for that because they were a vendor as well. What else have we got? That's it. So a skein of floss from Handam by Rolanda. This is Ruby Whisper. Very nice red. I've come home with a lot of reds. I have bought more stuff from Rolanda. Kaylee at the sewing shop gave us a little zipper pull. There was lots of different style. I got a birdhouse, which is very cute. Monkey and Mouse, who were vending the weekend before, but they were there this week as an attendee. Oh gosh, I can't remember her name. She was lovely. Got a I Survived Stitch North sticker, and so Ashley. There is Ashley, and some floss drops. Got tons of floss drops as well, and a little coupon, I think, for her shop. A little tiny needle minder from Rocky Mountain Needle Minders. So I've got one massive Stitch North one and one tiny little flower one. And I think that was it for the goodie bag. I say that's it. Like, so much good stuff. So thank you to everyone that contributed to that, because I think that went down, well, I loved it, but it went down generally very well. Very well received. So the next lot will be kindness. So this is just stuff that people came around with, or like I was going around giving out needle minders and stickers and some other bits that I put together. I really got over some social anxiety that I had about that. I had like different things in different coloured party bags, and the plan, I don't know, because I was already kind of wondering whether I'd actually go through with the plan. I had it like a dice that I'd put different coloured stickers on. So the plan was like you kind of roll the dice and then you get to choose something from the coordinating coloured bag. I had too much anxiety about that. So in the end, I just kind of went around and said, I've got some gifts. Hi, my name's Helen. I've got some gifts. Would you like cats, mushrooms, or Christmas? And then based on that, like I kind of just gave them, or I let them pick something out of the bag kind of like blindly. And then on top of that, I was like, no, and I've got some stickers, like choose a sticker, and I had like kind of different types of stickers that people could choose from. And even that took a lot, like social anxiety, just going up to kind of strangers, or even like Flosstubers that I watch and they don't know me, but I know them. And everybody was so lovely. And, you know, really, like, said lovely things about the stuff that I gave them. And then some even, like, said, oh, well, I've got this, you choose something. And I felt like what I had given them was not comparable to what they gave. So I felt so inferior. And that's my thing that I need to get over. I know that, but the Stitchy love that was in that room was just incredible. I'm gonna cry. It's just because I'm tired. I have lots of things. Some of them have like the person's name or their handle on. Some I kind of can remember maybe who gave it to me, and some I'm not sure at all. So if I show something and I'm not sure and you know who it was that was giving it out, or it was you, please let me know, because I took one picture to put in my Notion like planner thing of like, take a picture, tell it who gave you it. That went to the wayside very, very quickly. So I don't know who was giving all of this stuff out, but thank you to everybody. And even if I didn't get something from you and you were giving stuff out to other people, thank you, because it just gave that vibe in the room and it was just lovely. Anyway, so I'm just this is not necessarily in order that I got stuff, it's just next to me. So this is a project tag. This is from Simply Stitched project bags. I think this was a reciprocal thing from someone that I gave some needle minders and some stickers to. But they, if I know their handles or their websites, I'll link it below. I'm not sure of this person's name. Simply Stitched _cross_ stitched on Instagram. Makes project bags. But that's a lovely little tag and a lovely little key charm. Some counting pins. Not sure who these came from. I think this was from someone, again, at a table, and I just I gave them something and they gave me something. But I was on the hunt for counting pins because I was doing for the silk, Miss Sarah Sue silk. I was putting like the guidelines in for where I had to stitch up to and then go in one and carry on stitching. And I used a lot of needles to like count my place, and I was like, I should get some counting pins at Stitch North. And now I have counting pins. So I was very, very happy with that. I think another counting pin, or I'll take this out. I'm not sure if it's you would class it as a counting pin, or it's like like a scarf pin or something, because it's got a little end that you kind of stick in. I guess it's just to keep the sharp bit, but that's a very lovely one. This, I think, was just left on my stitching when I left my table, so again, not sure who that was. This one, a lot of people had this. Was it from Trisha? I can't remember. Feel like it's somebody that I know. Zipper pull. Stitch North zipper pull. This was a lovely one, again from a lady that gave me something because I gave them needle minders. A lovely like glass mushroom, and then some lovely beads. Zipper pull or scissor fob. I got lots of scissor fobs now as well. Oh, some bowen needles. I've not tried bowen needles before. I think these came from Deanna, because I lost another needle. Oh, my needle got really tarnished for some reason. I think it was an old needle anyway, and then because I'd been using it, I'd only used the one needle for everything, so it was getting a little bit. So she gave me a new needle, and told me just to keep the pack, so now I have needles. And so I think is this a bowen needle? Perhaps that's one that I kept in my alt. But it was very nice. So yes, bowen needles. Jessi from Mislaid Pages made these beautiful Bargello needle minders. Very pretty. And is it a floss drop? Yeah, it's a floss drop as well. I think I'll do floss drops next time. You know, like I'm planning already to go. But yeah. Needle minder from Amy, who I sat next to. This was from leftover from last year, but I don't mind. She makes these from the tree in her front garden, her front yard. Handmade resin, from Oklahoma. Flowers and buds from the redbud tree in my front yard. The eastern redbud was designated Oklahoma's state tree in 1937. In the springtime, the Oklahoma landscape is covered with bright magenta blooms, one of my favorite sights. The tree has heart-shaped leaves that appear after a reddish-pink blossom fades, adding to the tree's year-round beauty. I hope you enjoy this little piece of my homestay. I do, Amy. Thank you so much. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Anna, my roommate, was giving out dinosaur needle minders. So I got first pics of those. And again, floss drops, always handy. I think Anna's gonna like that one. My Anna is gonna like the needle minder from my roommate Anna. Can't remember who this floss drop was. This from Rachel Ray? I can't remember. I do apologize. Two of these floss drops from Stitching with Tiffany. It was lovely to meet her. Beautiful. Like a whole pack of floss drops. Pretty kitties. This from Jacqueline. Yeah. And like a lovely pin to keep them all together too. Meghan and Meghan, the incomparables, the long distance stitches, they had brilliant floss drops as well. I love this like little space to write on the front, and then they've got their details on the back. I already stole? No. Greatly appreciated and used lots more of these for my Tudor silk, because I had nothing to identify, and I still came away with more. More floss drops. Trina Brown, beautiful. Steph made these really cool. This is just like a piece of card folded over with a piece of felt in there for your needles, like a matchbook needle book. Like, no, it's just fantastic. So simple, so fantastic. I got more of these scissors. I'm not sure who these came from. Can't remember. Were they in my, they weren't in the, were they in the smalls exchange? I can't remember. They're here now anyway. A little tiny frog. I think this was from Kanday, the 416 stitcher. Got random stickers. I think this one was from Julie, Kansas City girl. Oh no, I dropped one. Quick squirrel from Deanna. A peach from Diana. It is Kismet because she's from Georgia. Elizabeth Ann can stitch. Very cool. Oh, this was from Kaylee. So this came in here with some floss drops of little Susie B. This was fantastic. This was again from a lady who gave me something because I was giving out the needle minders. This is Stitch and Shorty. So a lovely floss ring, floss drops, and like a matching charm. I think this was on here as well. A Singer sewing machine charm and a little pearl. I can't remember. I put stuff on stuff so I wouldn't lose it. 2 floss drops from Amanda, the Lucky Chance Stitcher, on Instagram and YouTube, and a fun frog playing a guitar. Oh goodness, there's just so many. Nuri, Shady Stitchery. She knew who I was. What? Such a beautiful soul. She was giving out stickers. My Necessity. I think she had different ones. I chose this one. I need to stitch this because this is beautiful. But now I have a sticker. So, and also some floss drops with her different projects and a floss ring. They're always very handy. Got lots of floss drops now for floss rings. This little bag, I'm not sure who this was. I think this was something that I got given because I was giving out needle minders. But a hummingbird, I think it's a magnet. Yeah, it's a magnet. I think it's just a regular fridge magnet. I guess you could put a magnet on the back and make it a needle minder as well. But this one will go on the fridge, I think. And then some little charms that I kind of want to make into tiny needle minders. Like a little jelly bear. Another iridescent one. A little sweet. And the tiniest little lollipop. I wonder if I can give that to Anna somehow without her like choking on it. Anyway, not that she chokes on stuff now. She's too clever for that. I got this little pouch. I think Deanna was giving these out with a little skein of DMC. This 26. But that's a good like notion size pouch. I could stitch on it or put some patches on or such. So that was all like kind of the little things. Jacqueline Cohen came around and was giving these little pattern for weekend too. She was sat like behind me, but I thought that was so sweet. Yeah, April 26th, 28th, 2024. But like lovely Quaker design that I could do. Meghan made these needle books for everyone that participated in the Lord of the Rings Sal, the Nuri tapestry, the sticker. I felt guilty taking one of these because I came to the Zooms, but I did not stitch this. I didn't even start it. It's not one that I would do. I'm not. But she insisted that I take one because I was there. So she made these herself. I just can't believe it. So it says like dinner, afternoon tea, 11sies, supper, second breakfast, like all of that. This beautiful fabric in here. Yeah, the sticker, and then a leaf zipper pull. I knit my way to Mordor and all I got was this lousy progress keeper. Thank you for coming. The Fellowship of the Stitch. I'll get it. I think I'll give that one to my mum because. And then I stitched my way to Mordor and all I got was this lousy needle minder. Like, how did I get to become friends with these amazing people from halfway across the world? I'm teary again. Ooh. Ooh, don't. I got a mug rug from somebody who I gave a needle minder to, and I was like, that is not the equivalent, ma'am. But they insisted, and I have wanted a mug rug for quite a long time, so I'm excited about that. And this is like a flat fold holder. I guess it might be a little bit too thin for a hoop, but this is just the card that I got in my smalls exchange. But like a lovely little stand. And again, I was like, I can't take that for giving you a needle minder, and she was insistent. Her husband makes these. I guess she'd seen them somewhere and liked them so much and got her husband to make some, and she had just a bag full of them and was just giving them to people. So yeah, that will definitely come in handy when we get the living room done and I get my dresser all nicely done. This will be perfect for keeping some stitching like on my dresser. This is my Sheba Designs. I'm not sure what she calls them, but it's like a thread bed, but you can fold in. So Meghan without an H had the project bag. I'm not sure if she had it previous to Stitch North or whether she got it when it was there, but I immediately loved the fabric and was like, I don't need a project bag. But then Sheba Design had these other maybe it's called deluxe thread bed or something, but it folds out the same, but it's kind of got a little gusset, is that what you call it? So it kind of holds more stuff, like you could put scissors in there. I think there was a pocket for scissors, but you know, you could put like stuff in there and then close it and it wouldn't like fall out the bottom kind of thing. And then this is just a thread bed and then a piece of felt for a needle, and it buttons together. So they had one of the ultimate ones, and I looked at it and I was like, oh, it's really good in this pattern. And I'd already spent quite a bit by then, and I was like, I need to calm down. If it's there tomorrow, I will get it. So I think the rest of the day went by, and other Meghan with an H, came by with a load of shopping. I think she was quite prolific in the shopping. And had the ultimate in this thing. And I don't know, she might have had more than one in each fabric, but I just thought, oh, that's not meant to be for me. That's fine. Can't remember if it was the day after or later that day, but I came back to my spot from wherever I was, and this was on my spot. And I thought it was Meghan's to begin with, because I thought, oh, they've got to match their project bag. So I kind of like, I put it to the side if Meghan wasn't there, or Meghan was there, and I kind of handed it to them, and she said, no, that's for you. Oh! I'm only crying because I'm exhausted. People are fucking amazing. Beck, who I was sat with, who let me stitch on their Night Spirit Studio pattern, had lots of quirky Quakers to just give to people. Thank you. And then, so that was all like kindness from people that I met. I'm so lucky. And then we did the smalls exchange. I showed it on a couple of Flosstubes ago, and a lady called Irene, I think, got mine. She was sat with Annie, who I was meant to meet at the airport, but then Annie didn't have Wi-Fi or data to let me know that they had to go straight to the hotel, so had to message me like when they were at the hotel. It was fine. I wasn't waiting that long, and my flight was early, so it was fine. But I managed to like meet up with her, and eventually, and she was lovely. So I was talking to her friend Irene as well, and then turned out Irene got my smalls, and she was lovely, and she was like, oh, it's my colours, thank you so much. And then I saw what Irene had made for the smalls exchange that Deanna got, and it was incredible. Like a beautifully stitched piece, then quilted into a project bag or a folio of some kind. It was incredible. And again, I felt very inferior to the talent that was there. But everyone was very gracious. So what I picked up at the table, I don't have the bag because I had to like, you know, take stuff out and make sure everything could pack in my bag. But it was in a like it had like hexagons on it, and it said bzz modern, and it had like bee tissue paper coming out, and I love bees, so that was the one that called to me. And lucky me, I got Julie, Kansas City girl in a Colorado world. I'd seen this on her Flosstube, drooled over it, and it was the one that I picked up. Oh my god, I can't believe I have one of Julie's. So I can't remember from which designer this is. I have to go back and look at there, unless they said it in the card. No, she said from Julie, Kansas City girl in a Colorado world, table 7. That was something that I will do next time. Wait to write the card until I know what table I'm at, so people can come find me. But I saw Irene like open mine from across the room, and I like went. Anyway, how amazing is that? It's so beautiful. I can't decide if I want to like put it up here. Would it fit there? Like have it up there. Maybe I'll swap this one out. Or take it downstairs and put it on my dresser when that gets done. Maybe I'll put it up here for now. I'll take that one off. And maybe take it downstairs when the living room gets done. But oh my goodness. And then it doesn't stop there because she put loads of goodies in. So yeah, this was the card. Beautiful. A expandable like sponge, 100% plant-based material. A lovely little cross stitch mini kit. I think this will be really good for Anna. Oh no, it's a 14 count because she has like the wooden rabbit, and she's really good at that. She just turned 4. I think she might be able to do something like this. I don't think it's too many colours. It's a DMC kit. 6x6 inch, 14 count fabric, colour chart, cross stitch needle. I think we could start her on that and just see how she goes. But very nice. Be in my bonnet stitch cards. I think these just charts. Very cute strawberries and tea. Tis me. And some beeswax wrap, food wraps. And I have a collection of these, so these will go in my collection. So there's a medium and a small. Very nice. A wildflower seed bomb. I'm not sure if I should have brought this home. I'm sure it'll be fine. No one said anything about my bag. But we'll go plant that with Anna again. And then this tiny little watering can with some Cosmo, and I haven't tried Cosmo before, so I was very excited about that. I think this is from this, it says Seasons. Is that like a collection of the variegated? I don't know, I'll have to get more Cosmo, but like a really pretty green and like an orange brown variegation. It's 8024 and 8034 if you're interested. But thank you so much, Julie. And I got a picture, a really goofy picture of me fangirling. So yeah, that was all kindness and smalls exchange. I'm gonna take another little break and move some stuff around, and then I'll show you what I got on the freebie table. Okay, so freebie table. I took a lot of stuff. I think most of it went. I did try and be good and go and look if there was anything of mine left, but somebody was already cleaning it up and saying that they were going to take it to I think some nursing homes and some other like crafty groups, so that was really cool. Or if there was any paper stuff left, that they were going to get recycled, which is fine. I don't think, like, I took like a bag of DMC numbered bobbins. I think they went. Some patterns, and everything kind of, you know, got mixed up as people were like looking through. But I think they all went. I can't remember what else. I put like my stickers that I didn't, because I think I maybe did like half the room of actually going up to people, but after that the battery kind of drained, so I just put them on there, and from what people said, they went pretty quick. I think maybe people took a whole bag and was like giving them out to their table mates and such, so that was good. I didn't want to bring stuff home, that was the thing, as well as all of the needle minders that I was giving out. I think I came home with 3, and they were like specific pride ones, so maybe I can get in touch with a stitcher that needs those specific pride ones. But yeah, the freebie table was amazing, and yeah, glad it all got cleaned up, and Caroline and co didn't have to take care of it. But I said I wasn't gonna pick anything up because I did a lot of shopping and I didn't need much, but you know, table mates and other friends around had like stuff, and we were all kind of like looking at each other's stuff before it went on the table. So I did get a few bits. So Bex, I got a couple of threads from them. So a Gentle Arts in Green Apple and a Classic Colourworks in Milady's Teal. I don't think I have any of those, so give those a new home. And then they had I'm not sure who this is by or where or what they call them, but it's one of those you can put the bobbins in. So there's like 12 bobbin holes and then a front pocket. So for a tiny little stitch with bobbins, that's really cool. I haven't had one of those before. Trina, I think, had the Quicker Flamingo, and I need this one. So for my Quicker APP, so picked that one up. I did check my Notion to make sure I didn't have it, and I didn't. There was one pattern that I picked up, this Nautilus from the Stitcherhood. I haven't heard of them before. It's just all one colour, so I'm going to do that like tiny and do it in a cool variegated colour. And then I think I was with Meghan when I saw this, so I'll pass it on to Meghan when I'm finished with that. And then if you've watched me for a while, if you're new, welcome. I don't think I said that. If you've watched me for a while, you know I did a dimension stocking for my daughter. And when I finished it, I said, I wouldn't stitch another one. I think I did at the time say, like, never say never. But I picked up a stocking. It is one that I wanted for me. My husband's picked out one, and I picked out a different one because this one was out of print for a while. It's been out of print for a while. And it goes for a lot of money on eBay. I have a eBay notification that I rarely get a notification, but when I do look at it and try and get it, but always that it's like, it's in America, so the shipping's a lot plus whatever it's going for, which is usually like $150. So I stitched my daughters, and me and my husband I have a kit for me and my husband in the wardrobe, and I still have it because it's always like a never say never. And this is the kit that was on the freebie table when I went up, and no one had it yet. This is Peaceful Evening by Dimensions, the Gold Collection. And this is the note that was on it. It's 60% complete. And I don't know who put this down. If you do, if it was you, please let me know, because I'd like to thank you a lot. I haven't, so I looked, this is what's done. That's a lot. So I did check to make sure the name wasn't on there already. But like, look how much is done. And we cross our X's the same way. So I was like, if the name is done or our stitches go the other way, I will leave it. But those two things are true. So this is all of the thread. I'm not sure if there's enough, but there are conversions for that if necessary. I haven't looked at the chart yet. It looks a bit delicate. I think they cut out the so yeah, I don't think they've highlighted where they've been, so it might take a little bit of figuring out where I am in the pattern. I think I'll probably photocopy it and try and work backwards. But oh my god. And it's kind of a twofold obligation that I have to finish this, obviously, because I took it from the freebie table. I mean, I guess I could pass it on again, but it is the one that I wanted, and I feel like it's meant to be in that weird way. But then also that means that me and my daughter have a stocking, so I do have to stitch a stocking for my husband as well. But this is already 60% done. It's not like I'm starting from scratch. I just have to carry on, and I think that helps a lot. So if someone, maybe if I can get someone to start my husband's, maybe that's the key of getting through. I don't know. We shall see. But yeah, I didn't come home with a lot from the freebie table. I hope, and if you got stuff from the freebie table that was like your, oh my god, I have to have this, let me know, because I only went to the table like twice. And the second time I didn't pick up anything. That was the only time I went up that I got something. So that was the freebie table. So I did some pre-orders / stuff that people had got me / I shopped Kim's D-Stash, and I picked up my order for Spring Fling that got delivered to Meghan. So it's kind of pre-shopping that I did, not at the retreat, but it's a lot of haul, pre-haul. So this was the bag that Kim gave me, but I've used it to put in my Spring Fling because I had to debox it. So I won't take everything out, and I'll do like a recap when I think it's on Saturday is the retreat, which is nice as well because it's like a little, you know, a lot of people that I know that were at Stitch North will be there as well, so it'll be a nice like little bit of therapy from the Stitch North withdrawal. So this is Cat Quest. So if you don't know Spring Fling, this is Uncanny Kari and these 20 stitches. I think this is the 3rd year. And I think when I bought it, I knew that I was sending it to Meghan. Like, I think the shipping to the UK wasn't any more expensive. So maybe I don't need to miss out next year, because I have had FOMO about this one, or like previous Spring Flings. So that's the pattern. Super cute, and think I'll probably hang it in Anna's room because it's really, really sweet. So yeah, I won't unbox everything because I haven't opened the fabric and the thread yet. I kept everything neat, and then maybe I'll do an unboxing for next week for Spring Fling. But yeah, it was previous haul. Anyway, what else? Oh, Britain Needle and Deanna, Darling Mimsy, Britain Needle were at weekend 1, and they had these kits. I'm not sure if it was part of the goodie bag for weekend 1, or they just had the kits to sell, but Deanna had some spare, so I picked up, I can't show you because it's the pattern, but Quite Quick Lobster, which came with a piece of fabric. This is like an 18 count Ada and a needle and 2 flosses to do it in. So I just got the chart to do my Quite Quick EPP. Okay, I've been filming so long, the filming cut off and I didn't realise, but I think I was still on pre-orders, but I've had a little walk around and got some tea because I've been sat here so long. So I think I just showed you the lobster Quirky Quaker. So other pre-orders. This was the Stitch North exclusive kit by Tiny Modernist, stitched together. So I got the pattern, that's the word, and the floss pack. So I didn't get the, oh excuse me, I didn't get the fabric because I have a lot of fabric, and I didn't start it there, but I will stitch it because I think I'll do it in a little hoop or something and put it up here. It's a good one for my background. A while ago, Cece from Java Pearl was doing a fundraising auction to get their puppy trained to help them as a service animal. So I went to the auction that Michelle Bendy Stitchy was hosting. A virtual one, obviously. But I like the way that those ones go because the person selling sets a price for it. You enter your name to say, yes, I will buy it, and then it's a random picker of who buys it, rather than kind of outbidding each other. It's just a pull from a hat thing, and then you pay what was stated. So I got a little floss bed, thread bed. This one's from Catty Cross Stitches, but it's really cute. So this one, it was there was a few of them to choose from. You put your name in a hat, and then who gets called first gets to pick from the designs that are there, and then the next person gets to choose, and blah blah blah. So I got that, and then a chart by The Primitive Hare. This is Serenity. Really cute pattern. So one of the charts that I wanted to pre-order with Kimat Designs, or Kimat, is it Kimat Design? An LNS or OLNS. What I wanted was Coffee Quaker by Heartstrings Samplery, because I want to do a tea one and a coffee one, because Alex drinks coffee and I drink tea, and put them near our kettle in the kitchen. So that's a plan for that. So those got sent to Kim, who kindly held on to them for me and brought them for me, because again, shipping. So talking of Kimat, I did a pre-order with them. Everything's a mess now because I have already done this, but I need to film it again. Is that all? I feel like I got more from Kim. I'm not sure. I might be missing stuff out now that I've kind of already shown. But 12 Days of Christmas Stockings. This is one from Nashville 2024. Very, very popular one, but it's difficult to get stuff here. Just not... I feel like I want to open an LNS or an OLNS and bring stuff that I like over selfishly, but also I think Lolly was talking about it in her latest Flosstube of there was an online, I think they have an in-person shop as well, but they were like saying that they were taking pre-orders for Nashville. They were going over, and then she put the pre-order in and then they just didn't get back to her. I don't know if this was this year or last year, but it's difficult. Anyway, so got that. Got 2 more of the Skinny Minis from October House Fiber Arts, Pumpkin Row and Tomato Row. I got the Snip Snip and the Stitch Stitch. That was last year's Nashville releases, and they got the Deck the Halls one for my Kit It Up swap. So I've got lots of those now. Everything's a mess. Oh, Serbian Proverb as well was from Kimat. This was the one that Michelle had for her Stitch It For Me. It's kind of why I wanted to stitch on it, because this has been on my wish list for ages. And again, hard to find over here in the UK. So Kimat was able to get that for me, and I'll do like a really colourful conversion for that. But it says, "Be humble, for you are made of earth. Be noble, for you are made of stars." Another kind of pre-order is another La-di-da pattern that's been on my wish list forever, and again, hard to find, but Olivia Hillside Rookery on Etsy had it in stock, but again, shipping, I think Etsy, like, shipping is a bit, I don't know if the sellers can always control it, but it was like more than the pattern was worth. So I asked Nati, again, my saviour, if she would mind ordering it for me, and getting it sent to her, because it's like cheap shipping to her in the US. And that I was going to see it and get it. So this is Treat Yourself Well. It's called Lauren's Voice. I'm not sure why it's called Lauren's Voice. Maybe in the pattern. But yeah, I love that one. Another pattern I asked someone to pick up. This is Noteworthy Needle. Turn, Turn, Turn. This was a 23 Nashville release that's been on my wish list, and it was Michelle Chinook Crafter who was able to get it for me from Traditional Stitches in Canada. Not sure where, but it's like 15 minutes from our house. So this is like a seasonal piece, so it's got winter, autumn, spring and summer, and you like stitch it into this kind of 3D, it's almost like a fidget toy, and you like turn it and it turns the seasons. So I think minimal actual stitching, but it'll be fun to make it into however you make it. I will be sure to read the instructions first several times, and then attempt it very carefully. So yeah, got that off my wish list too. Got lots of stuff off my wish list, which means I have to start making another wish list. Other pre-orders. This was the stuff that I got from Kim. So she offered, I think, to a few people any Bee Stitch Me orders that they wanted to put in, because I don't think she lives too far away, but also she was getting like destashing a lot of her stuff, so whether she had it, she would like sell it to you. So I took Kim up on that offer, and I got Dusty Cottage in 32 count for Glittering Leaves by Nora. Is it a Nora Corbett or a Mirabilia one? I can't remember. It's one of the little smaller little fairy ones. But like a nice autumny neutral. It's not too brown, it's not too orange. I think it'll work really nice. That's Dusty Cottage from Be Stitch Me. And then Blue Moon, which I think had only just been one of their fabric of the months, but this is what I want to try and do Moonglow on, because I started Moonglow and the fabric that I'd chosen, I feel it was too light. I needed like a really dark midnight blue because she sat in the moonlight. But also I've decided I want to do Floral Dreams like together. It's like the sister pattern, to make it like they're having a naked slumber party under the moon. Nothing wrong with that. So I have plans for that, and I'll keep that because I need to talk about that later for the haul that I got. And then yeah, Kim was destashing a lot of her fabric, so we had like a live shop the stash. I think she used that like kind of the same thing that Michelle uses, like you put your name in for it and then you win it. So I put my name in for a lot and I managed to win 3. So this is a 40 count linen called Whimsical. It was one of the fabric of the month club, sorry. So it's like a light blue with a purpley hue. It's a mystery. This is the 32 count. So I could do a Mirabilia type on it. So this is more like dark purple and grungy. Oh, look at that. Ooh. Oh, that's pretty. Oh yeah, I need to do something on that. I didn't open Whimsical. Let's open Whimsical, because I just got given this pile and I was like, thank you very much. Ooh. I'm not much of a mermaid person, but you could definitely put a mermaid on there. Oh, my eyes. I apologise that I'm not all made up today, but... And then this is a Fiberlicious 40 count linen. This is lovely. Oh, wow. Yeah. Nice dark green. Might have something. This wasn't for anything. But I needed to find a linen for the 12 Days of Christmas, because that's called for on like a black Aida, and I think like a 16 count Aida or something, to make it the certain size that they chose, but I want to do it tiny, so I need it on a 40 count linen. And I did buy something else that I will show you in a minute, but this could be a contender as well, like a very dark green. And it is called Winter Musings, so it is wintry. So that was all from Kim. Thank you, Kim. Thank you for letting us shop your stash, and thank you for taking my Be Stitch Me order, because they will be fantastic. I'm just throwing everything down now because everything's a mess. Any more pre-orders? I don't think so. I think that was all that I'd like either bought before or put in an order for and paid for it there. So again, I didn't buy these like in order. I'm just gonna go by the vendor that was there. I did several trips to each of them, but yeah, I did have a list of stuff that I needed to kit up projects, and I I think I got everything on my list apart from a Krynic maybe. And this was throughout the week because we went to Geeta's after. So, Evertoe / Roxy Floss. I'm going to go off my shopping list here. So I needed a 36 count neutral for those skinny minis that I've thrown down there so I can't get back up. But I chose this 36 count Speculoos, which I think is a very popular neutral from them. It's just like a perfect, very light, but has a little something to it kind of thing. I think it's supposed to be a quarter, but I think Kerry said that there was a little bit extra on the side, so that's good. So yeah, I had like my little note here is a quarter of a 40 count deep blue or black for 12 days of Christmas. And after I'd shopped Kim's D-stash whether the green would work. So this is the really dark blue that I found like, oh, it's so good. This is, yeah, 40 count smooth sailing. It's just so rich. So, what do you call it? Saturated. And it's not too mottled. And once I get it down, excuse me, into like the tiny stockings, it won't be too... You won't be able to tell that it's slightly mottled. Where did my green go? Oh, the green went down there. But it's kind of two options, and I'll do a floss toss with the called for flosses. But there's no like real dark. I just think this is more Christmassy, like feels like velvet, like dark velvet, you know, warm, than black. I feel like there's better options than just black. So those weren't for anything in particular. What I did need was colours for words on 2 different projects. So this is a project that I took with me. I didn't stitch on it, but I needed to find floss for the words. So I've done the colour conversion on this. I think in the pattern the called for is like different shades of brown almost, but I went with the rainbow colour. So I needed, or how I envisioned this, because everybody does it differently when they convert. Yeah, so I've got like a really saturated kind of colour for the note, and then the words in I wanted to do in like a lighter version, or like, you know, a less vibrant or just different. I didn't really know how I was going to go. I went and did a floss toss. Nati was there to help me. So these are the colours that I chose. So for the red, I can't remember what colours I used for the actual, but if you want to know, I have all the notes. So if you're wanting to do this or doing this and you want to know what colours I chose, I have them available. So just send me a message on Instagram or something. So for the red, I chose Fuzzy Peach, which is, you know, you hold it by itself and it's like, it's a pink, like, but I think it's gonna work really lovely. And this was like invaluable to be able to take this and lay everything down. Did have to go like right up to the window because the lighting was great to stitch with in the room. I didn't need my little light, which was good because it didn't really help anyway. But I think other people had issues with like colour and stuff. Amy, that was sat next to me, she was stitching on, she was stitching on fish and chips, and she was stitching away quite happily, and then she had a doubt about the colour thread that she'd chosen for the fabric, and she had like a little light on, like a really bright light on the fabric, and I was like talking to her about this. I think we were talking to a few of us about whether she should change her floss, and I just turned off the light that was on it because it just didn't look good. I mean, the stitching was good because she could see the stitching, but actually, like, color wise, it wasn't great with that lighting. But you turn it off and it looked great. So that all to say, colors and lighting is difficult and impossible, I think, to find online when you want to do something like this, because Fuzzy Peach, like, I would never order that to think that it would work for this. So yeah, Fuzzy Peach for the red. Tournesol, I don't know what that is, but that's for the orange, and I don't think it's like too close to the yellow that it'll be, because then I was thinking like I could use the yellow in the orange and use the orange in the red, but I didn't like that either. The yellow, oh, this is a one that I got from Beck from their D-Stash as well. This is Classic Colourworks Finley Gold, so not from Evertote, but I think that'll be good as well. Far, this is Snow Pea. I'm awful at actually showing this. That'll be good. So it was difficult because I didn't want a blue that had gone like too white, if you know what I mean. So this is Thin Air, and it looks kind of similar on the screen, but it's not in real life, and when I get to just down to the two threads, it'll be even better. La, I chose Perry, which is very nice. That was quite hard to get like the right tone of blue between these two blues. Sorry, I got something in my eye. And then Tea was another one from Beck. This is Classic Colourworks Blooming Crocus. And it'll be back to Doe and back to Fuzzy Peach. So that was that haul for that conversion. And then also another conversion that I was doing didn't take as much as that, but for animals and dresses, linen, wool and cotton, I needed something for the words above, because again it was very dark and muted. Oh, there's a needle. Where did you come from? So again, took these up to the Evertote stand and chose this. It's like a really dark red and a little bit darker than the red that I've used kind of in her dress and the sleeves, and these sleeves, like, they're all kind of joined in with colours this way. You see this one? And this should hopefully bring them all together. Like, it would work with all four of them. So this is Tuesday, and I got 2 lengths. I think one will be enough, but don't chance it. So I got 2. This 40 count Verdal, I was just standing there and it just kind of popped out. I don't know if it was in like the one of a kind pile and someone like flipped it over, but I thought this would be good for Storm, the Tim Minchin poem, because it's like grungy, but I'm not sure if it's supposed to be grungy, because this was the only part of this piece that was, so perhaps it was like a a misdye. But since I've already recorded this, there might be something else that I might do with that one. But it's a very nice piece of 40. I was going to do that poem on just a white that I have, or I was going to try and re-dye it, but I might have something else for that. And then the other thing that I got with no real plan is Candy Apple Red, this amazing red that Kerry dyes, because I couldn't leave that there because I don't know what I'll put on it. There's an is it an Artsy Housewife one with like a big butterfly? If you need a red fabric, that's a good red to have. So I think that's all I got from Everton. Oh no, I lie. I think I can say this. I think it's okay because it doesn't give much away. But the model stitching that I've been doing for Yaz, or finished for Yaz, I think in one, maybe two, because I did get quite attached to this floss. She used Roxy's Valley Red, which I think is one of people's favourite reds. And I certainly liked it when I was stitching with it. So I got two of those because when I was stitching those models, I decided I needed them. So I think I went straight up and bought those before I even bought anything. And then the rest was accumulated over several visits to the stand. So yeah, that was all from Roxy and Evertote. So another vendor that was there was Hand Dyed by Rolanda, and I'd heard about their fabrics and threads, but never seen them and never had them. So it was really fun to go and visit their stand. And on my shopping list, I needed a 46 count neutral and a 56 count neutral for my Quirky Quakers, because they're all on a 1-inch hexie, so the larger stitch count ones need to be on smaller fabric to get them to fit. So I needed a 56 count. So this is Enduring, perfect neutral for the Quirky Quakers. And then this one's a slightly darker one. This is the 46 count that I chose, is Sand Dollar. But both like exactly what I needed for my Quirky Quakers. And it was like so busy at her stand because her fabrics are amazing, and I saw this and I didn't want to question it. I just took it. This is a 40 count Verdal. I don't think it has a name. It's just fabulous. I have to take it all because I can't. So, well, actually, this is what I like saw in the bin as I was like looking through, because I was like, oh, 40 count Verdal. I love 40 count Verdal. What can I get in that? And this, like, it doesn't even show properly on the screen. It's just, if you saw this type of fabric, I don't know what she calls it. It's like watercolor, but it's really saturated. Oh, it's beautiful. And now I think I might put Storm on this, because even though it's not grungy, it's like really interesting because it's just, I'm just going to like backstitch words. The fabric needs to be really cool. So I think that's what I'm going to do with that, if it's the right size. So I will double, triple check that. The other thing I bought from her, so I'm doing the, let me take this out. Blue Moon, not Moon Glow on Crinkle, crinkle. On Blue Moon by Bestitch Me. And it'll probably end up going this way because I'll put Floral Dreams standing next to her. My husband's done some kind of Photoshop thing where I can envisage where it goes, and then I'll stitch off the actual charts, but it just gives me a rough idea. So Moonglow I'll kind of stitch as is, minus whatever the overlap is for the Floral Dreams, wherever she stands. But Floral Dreams, I like it because it's that kind of style of the, you know, naked ladies, but it's just the back stitch of the ladies. But I don't like the yellow blanket that she's got, so I'm going to colour convert the blanket, or like just the yellow. So I want it in teal. So we've got like a purpley blanket for the sitting or kneeling, and then a teal for the standing. So I got this. This is a 50-yard hank of silk in Island Blue by Kanday by Rolanda. So I think it's too dark. It's beautiful. It's like I might still use this, but I need to show you what I bought at Gita's for it instead. But I bought that with the intention of that. But it's still like a hank of silk. I'm still going to use it. I don't know if I'm a long dog person or a monochromatic person. Or I could do this for like the Nautilus pattern that I got from the Freebie table. Something like that. It's 50 yards of silk. I'm still going to use it. So that was all Kanday by Rolanda. And then Kimat Designs. So apart from the bunch of patterns that I pre-ordered with them, they had, and I didn't figure this out until like the second day, they had like the IKEA Kallax, the square things with like the drawers in. I didn't pay much attention, and I should have, but they had all their threads in there, like sorted by brands. And then they had a Threadworks one, and all of the Threadworks were $4. And they had like they had cotton, like stranded cotton, and then the pearl cotton, and all different ones. I was like, there's nothing on my list that needs Threadworks, but I can't say no to $4 Threadworks. So I'm not sure of the names of these, but that is 1054. Beautiful, like pale greens and lavenders. 1069. Nice, like olive green. 1015. Like a pale blue to purple. And then 11581. I think these did have names when they were in the box, and I think this was eggplant, which is like perfect description of that really dark, rich purple. They also had Fox and Rabbit 40 count Inca in a little cut. Inca was the new one released, was it? Market? I can't remember. But it just called to me. And then the other thing that I got was a big bag, because I realised that my bags that I brought were not Stitch Retreat worthy, in that they weren't big enough. So I got a big tote. My scissors, my rules. So yeah, I'll have that for my next retreat, which will probably be Stitch North 2026. But a big tote just for stitching, my stitching needs. So that was Kimat haul. Yeah, I think that was it that I got at the place. There were other vendors that I didn't pick anything up from, but everybody had such beautiful things. Texture Treasures were there, who had the bee pattern in the thing, and they do lots of like specialty stitches and specialty. They had beautiful packs of threads, but again, like I was trying to kit up stuff that I've had for a while rather than buy new kits or whatever. They did have a lot of Mill Hill kits, which I should have picked up from those, but you know, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Because we went to Geeta's, and Geeta's had a lot of Mill Hills too, but not the ones that I wanted. So I wanted ones for my Christmas Village pieces. I've got like 2 more big wall hangings that I need to do. I don't need those right yet. I could probably wait till 2026 and see if they're still there and still not stitch them for another couple of years. So I didn't need them at all. But good to know that they have a supply of them. Kaylee at the sewing shop, she got absolutely rampaged. I didn't even get a look in. Like by the time I got there was a couple of pieces of fabric left and nothing for my wish list. She was so popular. But yeah, all the vendors were amazing and just stuff to look at. So then after Stitch North, Meghan and I went to, where did we go? We dropped Meghan off at her house, like through the other side of Toronto. So that was fun driving through. Well, it was fun being a passenger. Meghan said I was a good passenger. I said, can you tell Alex that? But like seeing all the sights and everything. I mean, just from the highway, the freeway, whatever you guys call it. I stretched my leg. Oh. But then we went on to Niagara Falls. So Meghan had surprised me with booking a hotel that had a falls view, which was beautiful. And then we went and did the journey behind the falls. So you go like right down into the rock of the falls, and then you can walk past like in a tunnel, and they've got like 2 portals looking out of the like the butt of the waterfall. And then you come out onto a viewing platform like at the bottom of the falls and just watch it. And I could stand there forever and watch it. It was just beautiful. So amazing. Like, I love nature. And then went to Geeta's, which was amazing. And I took 0 photos in Geeta's, and I should have. I'm terrible at taking photos. But got a lot that was on my list of stuff as well. So the thread wall at Geeta's, I mean, I'll try and, they won't be my photos, but I'll maybe the ones that are on Google, or if you've been to Geeta's, you know the floss walls, they have like layers that you like move past and see more. So I needed some Karen watercolors for my County Canvas Christmas one, which will be I think the last of my County Canvas patterns that I have, and I'll probably do more of them in the future. So this is Pine Forest. Midnight, it called for indigo, but they didn't have indigo. But I didn't want to leave without anything, so I think that'll be okay. And then Old Gold was the called for watercolors, which is it's like a 3-ply cotton, like a pearl cotton almost. 2 cards of the silk lame braid. Again, I don't think this is the exact colour, but it's a red that they called for, that they didn't have, but sure, it's fine. And then an entice. This is the called for colour, but I've not used entice before, so we'll see how that goes. I think it's like an etoile. It's got cotton and I think with the lame, it's like woven in there, whereas this is like just side by side. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. So that was all of the thread that I needed. They didn't have they didn't have both water lilies that I needed. But I think I already have the water lilies for glittering leaves in Moonglow, so I should be able to stitch both of them with one skein. If not, I can get it. And then there was a one for Blossom Goddess that I need to do as well, that I can get here as well. Oh, and there was a Krynic, a number 12 Krynic for the counter canvas piece as well, that I checked that I could get at home. So I need to do a little order with like Create Nostalgia. Rainbow Gallery, Salt Lane, yeah, Krynic. So the other thing that I was looking at was the silks for the Floral Dreams, my colour conversion. So this was the one that I got from Handad by Rolando, and this is the one that I've actually picked. So it's a lot brighter. It's still like turquoise, and so I could probably use this as a shadow of it, because I looked at the colours. I'll put up a picture. It's a boring picture, but it's the lightest yellow is the DMC equivalent of what silk is called for, and then the other DMCs are the called for DMCs as like the shadows in the blanket. So I need to find like a blanket colour, and then I need darker colours to be the shadow. So this is already quite dark, so it would be hard to find the shadows. But I could use this as one. It'll take a bit of finagling, I think, but I think this is okay. I only got one. I think it should be enough. This is 8 meters Dinky Dyes turquoise. Maybe I should have got 2. I don't know. And then I was looking at the little bits and bobs that they had. They had loads of like just another button company buttons and, you know, pretty things to look at. And I saw that they had these tiny spools. And I had this spool. I don't know if it's like the same size. Oh no, they're a little smaller. So for, again, my, let's get these out of the way. Wool, linen, cotton. In the picture, the cover photo for the pattern, cotton and wool have like fluff coming out of their basket as if they're like carrying wool and carrying cotton. And I wanted to do that, but do it for all 4. So with the silk one, she's charted to hold a spool, but it's like stitch spool. It's not an actual spool. So this is what I had in my stash that I could like get her to hold. That's a really bad photo. But I think that's a little bit too big. I picked up this in case it worked, but that's gonna be far too big. I think it'll be too big to fit in baskets as well. but I'll find something else that I can do with it. So then there was these tiny ones that I was gonna do. Maybe if I use this one that I had previously for the silk, I could do cotton for these and have it in her basket, but I think they're too big as well. So somebody else had suggested that I make like skeins of floss and put them in, and then I think that way I can make it look like it's coming out of the basket rather than just kind of sat there. And then for linen, I have this little embroidery hoop that's just the right size for her to hold. So I'll use some of that 56 count linen and stitch something tiny with my Tudor silk and get her to hold that. And then they'll all have some kind of 3D element. But yeah. Oh, I haven't shown you as well. These little hoops. I saw Caroline had posted in the Stitch North group that Luna, her dog, passed away. I'm sure if you watch Caroline's Flosstube and like whether it's the Evertote one or the Off the Grid one, we love Luna. I'm not a dog person, but I just felt so sad for her that that Luna had passed away. So I stitched a little Luna like thing and put it in a tiny hoop, and I gave it to Caroline and I said, like, I need to give this to you now. I think it was basically as soon as we walked in. It's like, I need to give this to you now. Don't open it because I'll cry and you'll cry. And then she came to me the next day and she just came up to me and said, I'm gonna write you, but you made me cry. I didn't mean to make her cry, but I wanted to give her something to kind of remember Luna by, and to say that, you know, we will all miss Luna. I think she got a new puppy or dog. I think she got a new rescue senior dog. So I'm happy that she has had that as well. I'm sure she'll talk about it on her Flosstube about the new puppy. But I've been watching Caroline a long time, and she's gone through a few losses of the pets of the family, and yeah, I'm not a pet person, but I know how important they are to people. So I knew I was going in a couple of days. I needed to do something, so I stitched that for Caroline and passed it to her. Anyway, other thing I got at Gita's was a Hardanger book. I've been wanting to try Hardanger. I think I did it, like a simplified version of it, in primary school. I don't think I knew that it was Hardanger, but the lady at the shop was lovely. I asked her if she had any like basic kits, and she did, but it wasn't kind of what I would want to do. But then she said this is kind of the Bible of Hardanger. So there's basics and beyond, and then I think there's another volume of the book that goes into more advanced stitching. But she said this is like what you're doing and why you're doing it, and what not to do and why not to do it. So that kind of, it seems like it's going to work with my brain. So that'll be some nighttime reading of like the theory of it, and then you get little charts to do, like to practice the different motifs. So I'll get myself a little sampler, like just do random stuff on it, you know, just to practice. And it'll be like my little, yeah, that's what samplers were for, weren't they? To practice and show your capabilities. So I'll do something like that for when I want something to kind of tackle. rather than just do. But yeah, that was Gita's haul. And then from there we went to, we had a cupcake at this really cute cupcake place, basically next door to Gita's. And then went down to a witchy shop down the road, and I got a citrine pendant. She said, like, I don't know much about crystals. My mum's more of the crystal person. But the lady in the shop was very nice. She asked if I wanted it. She said it's a self-cleansing crystal, but would I like it cleansed, and she would package it so that she didn't touch it. And I was okay, yeah. So she put it in a singing bowl and like I did the mallet or whatever you call it around it, and it was very loud, and I was like, oh, did I want to do that? But it's a very pretty necklace pendant out, because I'll use this chain. I don't know whether I'll put it with my pearl or I'll take my pearl off. I don't know, because I wear my pearl like constantly, like I shower with it and stuff. I'm not sure if I should shower with this. Or just on special occasions. But yeah, call to me. I got it. I think that's it. I'm losing my voice. I hope I filmed everything. I think I went back and did stuff that it cut out before. I hope it's recorded the rest of it, because I don't feel like doing this again. Anna's going to be home in a bit, and I haven't seen her in more than a week, so I'll be excited to see her. So I don't think I'll be able to get this edited right away, so I'm not sure when you'll actually see this. You'll see it when you see it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you're new because you met me at Stitch North, hello, lovely to see you again. Please let me know who you were, if I gave you something, if you gave me something, because I'm terrible with names and faces. But yeah, I'm not sure what I'll be stitching on for the next 2 weeks, because this was like my 2-week thing anyway, so this will be it, and then I'll do another regular Flosstube in 2 weeks. So I think I'll just kind of tidy everything up and see where I am, see what I need to kind of continue stitching on or start, or make sure that everything's kitted up that I need to be kitted up from all of the haul. Yeah, we'll see. So yeah, I will talk to you in 2 weeks. Thank you so much. Love you. Bye.